Hello, 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 hello.
That's the Prince Rose.
I
Me
didn't even
clear
have
my-
to. I didn't have to clear my throat, but you clearing your throat made me feel like I had to clear my throat.
I definitely had to clear my throat.
I'm spat on your screen, by the way, but I'm not gonna.
Literally can't hear you. Can't. What are you saying?
What do you mean you can't hear me? I'm right
There
here.
you go. No, see you.
Well, you
I
were
told
sounding
you
lower.
about that. I
Listen,
told you.
I'm right here. I'm right here, though.
Oh my god,
There we go.
you're already doing the thing that you do.
I don't do anything though. Do you miss me? Do you miss me?
Poquito.
Yeah. I don't know how I want to wear my hat today, bro.
My man
know.
flipped it like three
Right,
times
he flipped
already.
it forward.
This is like the third time I
flipped
don't
it
flip my
back.
hat, bro. I don't know what I want. You know
Back,
what? We're gonna leave
forward.
it. We're gonna leave it.
Yeah,
We're gonna stop
There
touching.
you go.
A fashion
Option
crisis.
paralysis. You only have two options.
There's a better word for it. No, there's also sideways and
I see
diagonal.
sideways, diagonals. I'll take what
Not-
you guys
Not
know.
with
I
that
rock
situation
diagonal
right there.
for years, bro. Well, what you mean? Oh, because of the headset?
Yeah, come on, cuz.
Where anything is possible.
Yeah, you
You know
right.
that?
And
Come on now.
you
Oh
gotta
man.
do, put your mind to it.
Bet.
Taking a
Nothing
nap.
cool but
My
to
mind
do
is
it.
on taking a nap. Can I do that?
Mind is on taking it. No, you can't.
Why?
Mind is on taking a nap.
He said,
Because-
anything you put your mind to, you can do it. Nap. Nap.
That's very possible. Nap is very, very possible.
Nap.
Possible thing to do. Oh,
You haven't taken
man.
enough hypnosis classes yet, because
Hypnosis.
You just trying to force nap? Is that what we're
Yeah.
trying to do? Respect.
just like a Pokemon, your Pokemon use nap. It goes to
Doesn't
sleep.
Hypno put themselves to sleep sometimes? Isn't that a thing?
Drowsy.
Not Hypno?
It's drowsy.
Hypno puts others to sleep.
Drowsy puts himself to sleep, and then he has Nightmare. I think the move is called. Is it called Nightmare? Nightmare might attack a sleeping Pokemon. Might hurt a sleeping Pokemon
Nightmare
more.
attacks the sleeping. Dream Eater.
Dream Eater? No, Dream
Yeah.
Eater hurts the sleeping Pokemon more.
See, I asked the
Listen,
wrong
I-
one. Now
I
they're
haven't
getting
played- I
it's
haven't played in a
layers
while,
of
bro.
Pokemon, dude. There's so many layers. To
It's
it.
definitely layers, yeah.
One of them is it hurts, like it does times X amount of damage to a sleeping Pokemon. The other one, the Pokemon can attack while it's asleep. I don't remember which one is which. I'm too far removed from Pokemon. Cody said he was getting back into it, but I don't know if
Yeah?
he actually got back into it or not. Yeah, because the new season came out or whatever.
In Gen 8, Nightmare isn't even a move anymore. It stopped in Gen 7.
And Gen 8 Nightmare isn't a movie set.
No, they took it out.
Now,
7 is
Nightmare-
100% accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Nightmare damages a sleeping Pokemon.
yeah.
Wow, they took it out? That's cold.
Bloody.
A Pokemon affected by Nightmare takes damage at the end of each turn that they're asleep, even if the opponent fainted.
What?
What?
How do you get damaged after you faint? Like,
Listen,
make it make
listen,
sense to me.
I'm just reading what's written. That doesn't make sense to me either. Like, if you fainted, that's it. What more damage can you take?
One
This
of
is why
them
we
is,
need KJ to verify. That's the Pokemon wizard right there.
is it Tim that like there's no like your Pokemon faint, like your Pokemon get beat up, like it's not like your Pokemon actually get beat up or something.
I never
like,
played, so I can't say.
never played Tim. I thought we did play. No, we never
what?
played Tim. I forgot.
Nope.
Yeah. Wait, was waiting for it to come to Switch. That's what it was, or some kind of console.
That
or
was
something.
from the PS5.
I mean, but we do know some people that were playing it, though, no?
Yeah.
KG plays it as well.
Yeah.
Just let us know that.
And I feel like
Might
there's
be a
something about
PS5
that
version.
one
Who
that's
knows?
there's something about that one that's more realistic-ish, quote unquote realistic. Like they get beat up.
Quote-unquote
or, like,
realistic.
Quote-unquote.
I mean,
I
as
mean, like
realistic as you can
physical
get
fighting creatures.
catching
As real as you
monsters.
can get with pocket monsters
Yeah.
roaming the earth. Yeah.
Stamina.
It's stamina.
There's another knockoff Pokemon game I played that me and Dito Sage played on PS4. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it had the same system. They didn't have power points like in Pokemon. They had stamina. So moves took up a set number of stamina, and it didn't regen during battle unless you had items and things like that.
Gotcha.
Maybe that's. Yeah, I think it is Tim Tim. Tim Tim. It's called Tim Tim, right?
Yeah.
Tim Tim. I think it is Tim Tim. I'm kind of pumped for Tim Tim because
Why
it's
they name
like
it Tim Tim?
Tim Tim.
I have literally no idea why it's called Tim Tim.
Cool. I just was trying.
I mean, we know why it's called Pokemon. You know, Pocket Monsters.
Yeah,
Digimon,
Pocket Monsters.
Digital Monsters.
Digital. Yo,
Yeah.
so that's the interesting thing about Digital Monsters, though, because it has two different histories, which I found out. I didn't know about.
Yeah. Yep.
The original history.
The
Well,
real
I don't know.
world and the digital world.
One of them is they was created by. It's in a digital world. It's like an AI world created by humans, and then the other one is like they were ancients. You know, they used to live with humans way back in the when. So like Digimon, the Digital Monsters things with that history, it doesn't really make sense. Like, why is it Digital Monsters?
Ancient ones be digital. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no digitizing anyway. Sounds like it's futuristic. It insinuates that it's futuristic.
I mean, the original run of Digimon, was that the first run? Like the run that we grew up with?
The original, right? Well, yeah, the one we grew up with, the one we know about is
Digital world.
Yeah, digital world. The Digimon, like they're in a digital world.
Well, no.
AI.
What was that the first run of Digimon?
I have no
That's
idea.
my
It's the one we grew up with.
Because if that was the first run of Digimon, then
yeah.
And that's what I'm considering.
Anything else after that is just they're just messing around with the stories.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Stuff.
What is it? Alternate timelines in one.
Digimon Adventure is the one we grew up with.
Yeah. Digimon, Digital Monsters. That
Digimons are the
champions. Slap. That's a slap right there, boy.
I actually watched the first episode of that, of the new one, of the 2020 season.
I gotta watch that because I definitely want to. I want to get reacclimated with Digimon, man. Since we covered Digimon Survive, I love Digimon so much. I don't consume enough Digimon media. You know, I don't consume enough.
Yeah.
So
I don't consume.
I've taken in way more Pokemon than I have Digimon. Absolutely, but I like Digimon's system or their world,
their stuff.
Yeah,
their
like
world,
everything they got going on. I mean, they got actual. They got actual story RPGs and stuff. So
right, yeah. So that's exciting for Digimon.
I barely watched any of the show. I didn't play any of the games.
None of them.
Watched any of the game? None of them.
So you never ran into Spinning Nigel?
None of them. You don't know nothing about that.
Wow.
You don't know nothing about that.
Because I wasn't really into it like that.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, you was like, yo, you gotta be up on your Pokéfacts ever since we was 12. So it makes sense.
That's kind of how it started too, but
it makes sense.
What was the one with Spinning Nigel? It was Digimon World 2, right?
Oh, you asking. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember it being on PlayStation. That's all I remember.
It was definitely a PlayStation game.
Yeah, PS1 game. It might have been
PS1.
Digimon.
Ooh,
yeah.
Even worse.
It was it. I think so.
I like that. I used to like that Monster Rancher game for PS1 where you just grab a disc around your house and throw it in.
Yeah. That game was fun. That was fun.
That was fire. That was heat.
Yeah,
that was definitely heat.
Wow.
Yeah, that was definitely heat.
Yeah, and when you put depending on the CD, like it would just tune out a monster, right? And you could go home and train it. Yeah.
That's classic right there, boy. You get your Mochi. Was that what it was called? The main one, it was like a pink,
the little one eyeball
kind of blob with the green. No. Yeah. It was like it had like a green shell on its back.
The green shell, and it had like platypus duck lips or something.
I could have sworn it was called Mochi.
Mochi that's a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Momochi?
No, Mochi.
I don't know.
That was like a whole kind of archetype.
It's gonna bug me now.
I remember there was a wolf that I really liked. It was like a white and blue wolf, and I think the wolf had. I think the wolf had horns.
It was Mochi.
It was okay.
Did it have platypus lips?
It has duck lips. Duck lips. Like straight duck. Just duck lips with the green shell.
Tootsies.
Yeah. And then there was a wolf, a white and blue wolf. I think the wolf might have had horns. I don't know his name, but I just
that RPG that we used to play was fire for that game, dude. It was good.
It was a good game. Then you got to go back to the ranch. You got to train them. You got to feed them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, in the anime, he was called Gray Wolf. So.
Grey Wolf.
What? Oh, that was the name of the monster.
Yeah, it's something.
It was probably called Grey Wolf. There's probably a Blue Wolf was like the stronger one or something.
It was
like
a
that.
Blue Wolf, yeah.
I remember the Blue Wolf
Monster
because you said Grey
2
Wolf
for the PS1.
It's the only reason why I remember that is because you said Grey Wolf. Wait, there was a Blue Wolf that was.
Yes, this is the one. Blue Wolf. Yes, that's my dude with the horns.
Yeah.
Gangster.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Monster Rancher.
Throwbacks.
We ended up on Monster Rancher. This is a good day.
I had to put that on the PS1 Classic because it's been a while. See, I'm looking for all the games that we played or y'all played that I would want my kids to play when we were their age. So like things like this, these difficult, these Nintendo hard games. Because they got a little too nice now. They were born in the PS3, PS4 era. Y'all got it too good.
Reese.
So
I mean, do they have it too good? Just give them Demon Souls. Like that's hard.
That's crazy. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Like
there is Demon Souls. There are games like
that are too hard. Like just give them Fell Seal.
I was about to say
the hardest
that.
difficulty.
Give them Fell Seal. Put it on very hard and make it permadeath.
Okay, but would you say that? Oh wow. Back then there was nothing but like really hard games, really.
Yeah, no.
There were a smattering of games that you could just play and be casual at, whereas it's the inverse now.
That's when Nintendo Hard was a thing, and now it's not Nintendo. Now it's Nintendo Soft.
But when the Switch was
soft. Say again.
Like when would you say that the Switch was? Like when games started getting easier.
Probably
because for me,
PS2, PS3.
I see the PS2 era, honestly.
Yeah.
PS2, PS3.
PS2.
Like the action adventure games, right? They got more complex to play, but easier to beat.
Maybe it was more the fact that there was more that the developers could do that it allowed for ease of play. Because
that's always the thing that we talk about a lot on the show, right? We always we always have that battle.
I don't believe that though.
Look, when I was playing Mega Man 3 and I would leap, if I leapt in a particular angle and touched the corner of an element that wasn't even supposed to be hazardous, I could die.
You're talking about the corner of the spike, how you like barely touch the edge of the spike.
I barely touch it and I would die. Whereas there would be something for that in the newer version where it would be in its right place. Let's say I played on the SNES, I could probably make that same jump and I wouldn't die. It's a limitation of the original.
I mean, I don't know what it's like on the newer one. I feel like it's the same on Mega Man X as far as like where the pixels are on the on the spikes, but still I wouldn't attribute a game's difficulty due to the age or era that it's been. I mean, it literally came out that Lion King said, the developers of Lion King said, yo, we need to make this game stupid hard so that they don't return it to Blockbuster. They don't beat it in time for Blockbuster. Like, I just wouldn't attribute it to the game's time. I just think they were more difficult and they didn't really care about your kids as much as they do back then. That's just what I think.
That's a possibility also. We won't know.
I just feel like it's devs have just started making games easier,
more accessible, which means
easier for like kids and families. I just feel like there should be a split, because obviously, like, I don't think that kids should, like, every game should be hard and kids shouldn't just be able to just pick up a game and be able to play it. I think there should be games for kids and then games with like difficulty, but not like, don't try to please every crowd with these games. Don't try to make a game like try to be super simple and kind of have difficulty in it at the same time. But even though it has difficulty, make it easier, give you things to make it easier. Like, nah, just you got kids games and you got no, go ahead.
But you wouldn't say that exists now?
Some games, yeah. I mean,
like, I feel like most games are generalized, right? And that's why they have easy, normal, hard, very hard.
If they
have, and then you have games like Dark Souls and Demon Souls that are just hard. Straight up,
but I mean,
they're just massively hard.
Just because the game has a hard option doesn't mean the game will be hard. Kingdom Hearts, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just depends.
But that would be hard for a kid, though, or that would be hard for someone who's just not as adept at video games as you.
That's true.
If that's the case, then they would just play it on easy, right?
What's up?
If they're not adept at video games, then they would just play it on easy, then, right? Like hard difficulty should be hard. Like
you would hope so.
Yeah, I mean that's
okay. But what's hard to one isn't hard to other. Like he might play on hard and be like, okay, this is a pretty good difficulty.
But we have somebody
play it through.
But we have somebody who normally plays games on easy / actually I don't know if he plays it on easy, but I know he plays them on regular. Typically plays them on regular, and he upped it to hard and still said it was too easy. And this is somebody.
How long have they been playing games?
This is somebody in our Discord.
Exactly. They've been playing games for a while. Let's introduce someone who's just got a PS4. Like they're like 8 years old and they put the game on hard. They haven't been playing games nowhere near as long as the people in our Discord who say that, okay, I'll play easy games. This is too easy.
So you're telling me that devs should make games hard for people, only for people that just started playing games?
No, I'm
like
just saying
hard mode should be for veterans. Like it's literally said for veterans. Like the hard mode is chosen for people that have been in games. Like that's what it would say in the description.
That's the flavor text.
And
usually that's what it says in the flavor text. Absolutely.
No,
like
my
the
point
harder
was saying
difficulty.
That a hard difficulty won't necessarily be hard to everybody. That's what I was saying.
But
it's absolutely.
But it's supposed to be for vets. Like it's supposed to be hard. And Kingdom Hearts is
it is supposed to be hard. Like there are games that are hard for me that might not be hard for somebody else, and vice versa. Like on the hardest difficulty, like it might be a breeze to me, and it might be hard for Reese, and vice versa. So it's a super hard thing to do for developers. It's just super difficult to try and make those things like. To be able to bring in, because they're trying to bring in fans, like they're trying to get people to play their game.
But
besides us, because we're a small group of people.
But the thing is, like, fine, you got to find your balances or whatever. But don't put in things to make it blatantly easier than it would be for generally. Don't put in things that would make it blatant systems that would make it blatantly easier. And I'm going back to Kingdom Hearts, what you're able to do at the very beginning of the game. It literally makes no sense.
Right. But I feel like Kingdom Hearts is an outlier.
You think that's different? All right. So then we have.
I think Kingdom Hearts is an outlier, though. So let's take that away. Because if you play Star Wars and you put that on normal, you can probably walk it. But you put it on Grandmaster, one of the hardest games you play.
Yeah, no, that game is OD hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like games are closer to that. Maybe not to that extreme, but they're closer to that than Kingdom Hearts. I feel like Kingdom Hearts it's just a wash. It's a crazy outlier. It was unbelievably easy. They ruined it. They botched it. Cool. But what about Ghost of Tsushima on the hardest difficulty?
Ghost of Tsushima has a difficulty setting?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How did you not notice that of all people?
Yeah. Well, I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima in a while, but I didn't find it like extremely difficult either. Actually, it wasn't difficult at all. I didn't think it was difficult at all.
You didn't adjust the meter, honestly.
Huh?
You probably didn't adjust the meter.
If it has a difficulty, if you can change it to max difficulty, then I probably did that. Like I don't play any game on normal. So if there's an option given to me to change it to hardest difficulty, then I did that. But I don't find
absolutely.
Ghost of Tsushima wasn't like I wasn't constantly dying.
It wasn't
Sekiro in any way, shape, or form. It was simple.
Like at the beginning, you might die a bunch, but once you get a couple levels in, you don't die anymore.
You're fine. Yeah,
you're basically on normal.
Other people, like I spoke to Raga and a couple other people, and they die a lot. It was really difficult for them.
Same for.
I just think that's a personal thing. Some people are just better at games than others on the onset. Maybe with practice, they'll get better and things of that nature. But some games for some people are just easier.
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about, okay, I guess. I don't see it like, it's the same for Cyberpunk. When I first started playing Cyberpunk, that game was OD hard. I was like, oh, wow, this game actually has some crazy difficulty. But then, like, once you get a couple levels in, like, it's really not that hard anymore. And especially with what you're able to do, like, and I'm not even a hacker. I'm a shooter. I don't do nothing. I have no hacks whatsoever. But the people that can hack, you're broken. It's stupid.
Absolutely ridiculous.
It's stupid.
What you can do.
Like you put systems in the game to make it ridiculously easy for you.
You might as well have not put in the difficulty meter at that moment.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's dumb.
Like I think they need to make games harder. Like I definitely think they need to have the harder difficulties be harder. Definitely. I definitely agree with that.
I think
100%.
Yeah, or if you're gonna have a difficulty setting, don't put a system in that would make your difficulty setting obsolete. Like it's just makes no sense.
Just give us more options. Like we was talking earlier about the fail seal difficulty options.
Right, they have so many wonderful options.
Typical sliders, casual, normal, veteran, hard, other, and then you could personalize it. What if I do want permanent?
I've literally never seen that in a tactics game ever. Being able to,
I've seen it a few times, but
I've never seen that.
It needs to be way more.
That was crazy.
Like, you want the enemies to scale with you? Cool. Want them to have the exotic items from the jump? Cool.
I didn't know permadeath was a thing in that game, and you can have it. You can you can play it on easy mode with permadeath. Like
with permadeath. Yeah, I said that earlier.
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy.
That's so cool. Like more options is what we need. Is definitely what we need, because if I had Ghost of Tsushima, but the enemies level with me, it'd make it harder, you know?
It would make it more
difficult. So they don't scale with you in Ghost? Like you can go back to an old town that you went to and just like slide everybody? They don't scale with you?
I mean, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, see?
So the reason you didn't see permadeath and fail sale is because it was under the injury system. So it would be typical injury, like 2x injury, and then permadeath. That's why it wasn't like, permadeath, yes, no.
I just played whatever it gave me stock for very hard. I just played. I didn't mess with none of it.
Same.
I just played with it.
I looked, but I didn't play it. I made sure it was default very hard.
Very hard with permadeath, man.
Oh, bro, you might as well start over. Like you might as well just you might as well just make a new file now.
That's it.
Just go.
You was just doing that to show your friends.
Files to jump. Like, I died here. Cool. Oh, I died here. Cool. Just overwrite your files. Do yourself a favor.
That's it. Anyways, wow, let's get this thing started. Yeah. Welcome everybody to another episode of Trigger Talk TV, where we talk all things video games and video games related. I, of course, am Key, and I'm here with my two wonderful co-hosts, B.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
And Reese.
Video games.
To video games. What?
Video games.
Video games. Yo, real talk though. I don't even know how. I don't remember what we started with. Pokemon, maybe.
We started with something Pokemon like related.
Pokemon,
then we ended up at
Monster Rancher.
Yeah,
game difficulty.
We had our usual difficulty conversation.
Game difficulty.
Definitely was Pokemon, because that's when I was still heavy with Shield. Trying to put a team together because Key just wanted to slide so
nobody was trying to put a comp team together. Nobody really? Was trying to put a comp team together. I never played D. I never played him. Never.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know.
Never.
Not once.
Oh, that's crazy.
He was like, I'm working on you. I'm putting my stats together, doing my thing, whatever. I'm like, I bet. Let me know when you're good. Yo, what's up? You ready? Nah, I don't, you know what I mean? My team never played him.
Yeah, see,
never played him.
I played Key a couple of times with like with a group that he gave me actually.
Yeah, we played sometimes.
That was it.
But it wasn't trying to go in. Like I was ready to, like waiting for regionals. Like I was, you know what I'm saying? I was ready to go in. Like, what's up? Let's get this back to back. I'm trying to play. That's when I was heavy in Pokemon, competitive Pokemon.
Now you switch batteries, probably dead.
Come on, I keep it loaded. I'm playing Fell Seal, dying like crazy. Yo, I died. Let me tell y'all about Fell Seal, man.
Here we go.
I didn't get a turn. I died and did not get. I literally got to the game started. Moves happened. Game over screen came on. I was like, yo,
it's hilarious.
When do I go? Like, what just happened? Yo, unbelievable. I
wish I was there for that. I could just imagine the look on your face.
I was flabbergasted. Anyway, let me go started, man. Let's get started. I'm here today to talk about Returnal. It was recently shown they gave us some new clips. They actually have this whole episodic thing, kind of like what Cyberpunk was doing with their, I think, what was it called? Night City episode, whatever they had. Cyberpunk,
something like that. Yeah.
Had going on. This one is a little different, where it was more like a podcast type thing, or more of like a one-on-one interview type thing, where they had the head designer come on, and he would like just talk about the game, answer some questions, and so on and so forth. And there's
Hmm.
3 episodes right now. They just released the 3rd episode, which got everybody's attention. So a little bit about the game first and foremost. It was developed by Housemarque, and I'm mad about how they pronounce their name because it looks like it should be pronounced Housemarque, and that's how I was saying it. But it was developed by Housemarque and published by Sony Interactive. And maybe you know Housemarque, maybe you don't. I looked them up and they released a bunch of games that I've never heard of. I've only heard of one game, Dead Nation. They made that game. But they are most famous for their bullet hell games, Super Stardust and Resogun. So they're like a primarily like their bread and butter is bullet hell. Like that's the type of games that they made.
PS4 opener.
Yeah, like Resogun was one of those little bullet hell games that it was really fun.
So
I liked Resogun.
Mm-hmm. And so now this game Returnal is a third-person shooter, science fiction, psychological horror game.
Ooh.
And it was first announced in June during the PlayStation Showcase, which we actually live streamed. And when we first saw it, we was like, yo, what is, I said it looked like haze. I was like, what is this? Like, they didn't really show too much at the time. It was just some woman in a suit and we didn't know what was going on.
Really didn't.
In any case, it was originally codenamed Dark Planet when it was like getting the ideas and all the everything together. They gave it codename Dark Planet, which was then turned into Returnal, and it follows Celine, which is that woman that we saw, who is an Astra space scout trapped in a hellish loop of endless resurrection while trapped on a hostile planet. So it's a loop. It's one of those. It's like Death Loop. It's like one of those loop type games where everything just keeps respawning. Everybody keeps respawning, and she's trapped on that planet. Now the game is. They are promoting the DualSense controller and the haptic feedback, and as well as the 3D spatial audio, and enhance with it, while enhancing the player immersion experience. As far as the controller goes, so this was really cool. Pressing like half pressing the L button. You would ADS. You do your typical ADS. This is if you have the haptic feedback or the controller active. You would do your typical ADS, but then when you fully press the controller, fully press the L button, you do your alternate shot. Like kind of like Killzone. You know how in Killzone you can shoot and then you got the alternate bullet. That's Killzone 1 if anybody's ever played.
Yep.
So they have that, and every single gun in the game has an alternate shot. And they said that's like a crucial part to the game where like you're going to be switching between just regular ADS and hitting them with your alt shot and just like keep on going back and forth with that because it's crazy. I was watching the clips, the videos. I shouldn't even call them clips. It was a video, and this is a 3D bullet hell game. It's insane. Like it gives me like Lost Planet vibes if anybody has ever played Lost Planet. You're on this planet, you got these giant monsters and creatures, these aliens, and you have to hit like their special spots or whatever. And some of them
bullet hell.
some of them are like regular aliens. They just try to attack you, they try to kill you, whatever. And some of them straight up bullet hell, boom, just launching alien orbs at you, just a sea of alien orbs. And you have a plethora of weapons. From what I saw, she has a hook shot. You also have this short burst phase that you could do to whip and dodge around.
Listen, when you got to dodge, I'm probably gonna buy your game. When you got one of those quick dodges, it gets me hyped.
Yeah. Oh no, it looked like, I feel like it looked like something that we all could be into. Like, I don't know, for some reason, I don't even know if this is true or not. But Reese, are you into bullet hell? Because I just feel like bullet hell is your type of vibe.
I introduced you two to bullet hell.
All right, so
that's not true. I used to play Contra as a kid. All bad.
So yeah,
and Galaga and all that stuff as a kid.
I introduced you to bullet hell, Key.
Oh my. Anyways, it's a bullet hell game, and they really do a good job at taking bullet, because they did talk about how they wanted to. So let me say, Harry Kruger himself said, "Yo, his name cracks me up because his last name is Kruger, and his parents named him Harry. His name is Harry Kruger." Like, anyways, he says, "Why they do that?" With this game, they're trying to be bold and ambitious and explore new things they haven't done before, while being mindful of sticking to their strengths. And obviously, their strengths are bullet hell. So they do a really good job at putting a bullet hell game in a 3D world. It's not 2D, and like it's also a shooter game. You're shooting, killing aliens, and then there's like a lot of explosions happening. Like you're doing the Destiny punch the ground, explode area around you type. She has I saw a laser beam sword.
She got options.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really dope.
Michael Bay directed this game,
huh?
So Michael Bay directed this game.
Michael Bay probably
directed this game.
He definitely had his hands dipped in this game for sure.
Okay. All I needed to know.
An 18-wheeler spins out of control. Like, all right, sick.
They're really promoting you to get some type of this game really takes advantage of the 3D spatial audio that the PS5 gives. So they really want you to get some kind of headphones. They would like you to have some kind of headphones that have that capability, because they really put a lot of work and effort into making that part of the gameplay as well. And they said, even in a moment of silence, you can take in the atmosphere and feel like you are actually alone on an alien planet with the soundscape created from the elements. Like, it's supposed to sound really, really beautiful.
Audio.
Huh?
That Tempest audio that Sony liked to tout about.
We shall see.
One of the first game we actually, because the 7P has those, and obviously the
7P has the 3D capability.
That's the main reason I got it.
That's why he bought it. Remember, he already had the 7 series, Steel series.
Well, the way it happened was, I was like, "Yo, Reese, what do you think about these headphones?" And then he looked. He was like, "Oh, I'm about to cop right now." And I was like, "Well, dang, I'm about to cop right now." Then.
Exactly. Not knowing he was already all set, but because he didn't have that one feature, had to cop.
It's very important. I want to make sure that whatever's come from the right from me, I hear it.
No, yeah. I'm actually been thinking about getting the Sony ones just to see, but
which Sony ones?
The ones that were made for the PS.
Oh, the actual PlayStation ones? Oh yeah, I had a pair, but
I gotta look at the reviews.
Yeah,
I let those go. I do want to do the Reese, because I'm tired of going back and forth with my USB cord. It's annoying. And like once you get that audio, that type audio, like my other headphones are good, but that's just different. That's just different. And so like I don't want to shut up, Reese.
Welcome.
Shut up. All right, just shut up. Doesn't matter. Anyways. Another tidbit is that the game controls are fully customizable. You can map it like it's a PC game. So that I thought that was cool, but that's pretty much it.
I love that.
This game it looks really, really good in my opinion. Like graphically, it looks good, and apparently it's supposed to sound just as good as it looks. And the gameplay wise, it looks really fun. Again, I said it gives me like kind of like high paced Lost Planet vibes with some bullet hell and just like a bunch of different types of action. The hook shot, the jumping around, the dashing. It just looked like it could be a mix of it's like something. It would have something each of us would love, like Goopy Gop and Game Brain for me, Dippin' Dodging and Big Brain for you, and then for Reese it's Bullet Hell. So like I feel like it's just a mixture of everything we all like in a game.
Yeah.
Oh, also I forgot to mention that they did say it has roguelike accents in it. So there's some features in it. They didn't give too much as far as like gameplay. We just got what we saw. Right. They didn't give any specific details into the actual game. But
that's like what's happening and why.
And like what other type of equipments, if there's any kind of special abilities. All you just saw was her punch the ground, stuff exploded. And so we just got what we saw.
Of that roguelike is becoming mainstream. Love it.
Yeah, they said it definitely has roguelike elements in it.
Like my top 3 game, they're all roguelikes. So they just crept into my life ever so slowly and surely.
It's crazy because like that was life forever when you played Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Like that was like that's it. Like, on the old games, like they were pretty much roguelikes. Like you might have had a couple of chances, like a couple of continues, which is like the equivalent of putting a quarter in a machine. But that's really it. Like if you played Sonic, you play Mario, or you play Contra, anything, you die and it's over. You go back to the beginning and you have to play over from the beginning.
That I mean, essentially, does that essentially mean that all platformers are roguelikes?
They were. Now there's save points and checkpoints, things of that nature. Like if you play Crash Bandicoot and you die three times,
get checkpoints.
You go back to the checkpoint, as opposed to back in the day, you could be two stages away from the end game, and if you die all the way back to the beginning, that's your business. So it's like it was everything, and then memory and saving became a thing. Yeah. So then like it kind of faded out and it went to the indie scene. Yeah. And now these bigger games are starting to incorporate it because they see the impact it had in the indie scene.
That kind of goes back to my earlier argument based on limitation. Like these carts didn't have save capability on it, so you had a native roguelike into Super Nintendo.
All of them. Yeah.
Nintendo around that era where they actually had readable memory that could save your progress.
Yeah. Nah, dude, but this Returnal game looks awesome.
Sounds awesome.
Just want to thank Tom Hayes for the follow. No, man, this game looks fun. When I initially saw it at the Sony presser thingy, I was like, we'll wait till I see more. And then at the VGAs, when they actually gave us some gameplay footage, and I saw like the bullet hell aspects of it, the fast action, her dodging around, I was like, oh yeah, I can play that. Like I can play that. Like I love action, fast-paced games. Like I love my puzzles and my RPGs as well, but I love a fast-paced. Like if you make 2 mistakes, you out of there. You know, I love that. I really do love that.
Give me that goopy goblin gamer brain, and I'm like, sign me up.
Sign me up. Yeah. Sign me up.
Yeah, this was one of those games I saw. For those of us who are on PS5, you go into the store, there's this upcoming section. It's kind of annoying, actually, because you see the same titles. They all say coming soon. They don't have their actual release date. But like game like FF16, Kenna, and Returnal, they were up there. So just rewatching those videos kind of just reinvigorated. Like, I want to get this game.
Returnal is actually set to be released on the PS5 as it is an exclusive March 19th, 2021. So like 2 more months.
That's not bad. It's coming. Man, oh man. Returnal. All right. How about that? All right. Epic, man. As you know, Epic Games they're important. They're important in the gaming scene, you know. For whatever reason, everyone, like when they hear Epic Games, not for whatever reason, it's Fortnite reasons, but that's the first thing that jumps into people's heads.
Oh my goodness.
It's Fortnite. But for me, it's always been Unreal. Like whenever someone says Epic Games, I'm like, oh, it's their engine. Like I've played hours and hours of video games that made from those engines. So they are a titan in the industry, whether you like it or not, because there's all that Fortnite hate out there for whatever reason. Whether you like Epic Games or you don't, they're beefing with Apple. They are a titan in the gaming industry, and they just did something pretty crazy. They just bought Rad Game Tools. So those of you who don't know what Rad Game Tools is, just give you a quick rundown of what they are, who they are. So Rad Game Tools, they're a company that's been making game development software for years. If you play video games, you've played a game that was influenced by their software. Their software has been in over 25,000 games.
Sheesh.
Just the Bink video alone, which is one of the things that they do, has been in 15,000 games. And this is ranging from it's called Bink Video. Yeah. It's one of their softwares. It's been in, just big name games. It's been in the Tony Hawk series. It's just been in series after series. It's been in like companies use Bink to a high clip. I'll put a link in there because the amount of game. Wait a minute. I was gonna do like a small little. Go ahead.
No, this is curious. this is curious to me because you have a product that is clearly self-sufficient. Like you are out there. People kind of essentially rely on. I mean, you're in 25,000 games, so like people rely on you. They need your product. They love your product. It seems like to me, at least on the surface. On the surface, to me, it seems like you are just fine. Like people, you're doing very well. Like you are an essential to the gaming community, and you're being bought. Like Epic has the equity to buy you. They have what they need to just.
Bro,
they just got that equity. What don't you realize?
Like I'm just, I am perplexed. Like what?
What I was going to say was earlier, you know how those splash screens when you play a little video game is like, oh, by this, probably by this, and all the tools that they may have utilized. But I remember seeing that big icon like years ago. This is one of those things like, whatever, I just want to get to the main game. And you see it every single game that you play.
Yeah, so I just posted a link in the chat for anyone who's there just to take a peek at some of the games that Bing has touched. And that's just one of the things that they do. Like they have software that's called Oodle, and it's a data compression software. They have an animator. Like the amount of studios that use the products are like they range from giant studios to small studios. So like he was just saying, like they're not in need of no help, you know?
Yeah.
They don't need nobody. If you look at that list of games, they don't really need that many people. So on January 7th, Epic Games announced on their website that it has acquired the technology and business of Rad Tools. Just a little quote from their website. Here we go. A video game software development company whose products and tech appear in close to 25,000 video games and are leveraged by the world's leading gaming companies, including Epic. So Epic is pretty much telling you like gaming is really not possible. It's not that it's not possible, but you won't see as many games without Rad Tools. Like pretty much every dev in the world uses Rad Tools in some way, whether it's a little bit or whether it's for saving it. In some way, they use Rad Tools. And that together, Epic and Rad plan to integrate Rad's powerful tech into Unreal Engine to benefit the developer community and gamers alike. Now that for me was a big key because it's not like they're just buying Rad because they can and they just want more business. I think that's a small part of it. So what we saw from Unreal way back when with the Lumen in the Land of Nanite was beautiful. Like it was amazing. It was amazing to see for like we all was like kind of stunned by it. And is that only just scratching the surface? Like because now they're working with Rad to enhance Unreal. So that just sounds crazy to me. That sounds so dope that we're only scratching the surface of what Unreal can do from now. Like people aren't even touching this thing yet. But that also makes me think, are we further away from the release of Unreal Engine 5?
That's interesting because what we first saw with UE5 back last year was? Yeah,
dude, yeah,
it was last year. Yep.
May. Early last year. Yo, it was looking insane. So now they're about to upgrade it, increase it. I don't know.
And you think it might delay it? I would think that they would doing any compatibility checks like that to not further delay the release of UE5 because a lot of people are waiting for this.
Actually, but thinking about it though, I don't think it would delay it simply because now you have more hands in it. And if anything, it should speed up the process. If you ask me, like if you got a whole company working on it now, like you don't have to, you know what I mean? Like now you got more hands in it, so I feel like it should speed up the process. If anything,
I'd hope so. I'd hope so. But do you think like maybe they might be trying to integrate new things to UE, and that could take some additional time?
So this is
what I don't know, but
this is what I think. I think essentially they if they would just go with the same ideas that they already had, they could speed up the process and it would come out sooner. But now they have these more people at their disposal. So now they're like, all right, we have this window to come out, and now they can just release a bunch of different they can add more features to it and have it so that when it does come out, when we do finally get our hands on it, it's a lot better than what we originally were shown last May or March or whenever they showed us. So like now the release date won't be earlier, but given the time allotted and the new team that they have on, they can add more systems in or more features or whatever the case in that same time frame.
And still get it done in the same timeline.
Give it to us in the same time frame.
Yeah.
Here's what came to mind for me. Imagine how much this is going to cost now.
What?
Oh, you already have going to increase?
What? Are you talking UE?
Yeah.
Well, no, they have a subscription service.
Oh, yeah.
Used to say it won't go up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even if it does, it's probably not going to crush a dev because, like, before, you used to have to buy the whole thing.
Yeah.
But now,
that
they have
subscription
service is like,
dude, honestly, everything is on subscription. I mean, Photoshop,
it's so smart, bro. It's so smart.
Photoshop.
And then
Adobe did that. It was like, oh, this is cool. Let me do it.
The video editor that I used.
Yeah,
the video editor that I use is now, I bought every version from 12 up to 16 or 17, and now I have 365. Like now I just pay yearly for my editor.
Yeah, dude, it's the same one. I have the same one.
Yeah,
and like Key was like, "Yo, here," and I was like, "Oh, I just get to subscribe, run it." And he was like, "Man, I used to have to buy all of those."
I bought every one. Like I bought them. It was annoying.
Sometimes you got to uninstall everything, then reinstall, and there's no guarantee that your previous eggs will carry over. And
and like an Epic has that clause, right? To where if they make a game, if you make a game using their software, then they get a cut.
Yeah.
Like Epic is just.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. You're paying them a monthly subscription.
That's why they do the monthly subscription.
They get
Everyone
a piece
saves
of the pie.
money, and they still get a piece of the pie on the back end of your game being released. It's smart business, you know. It's just smart. It's just smart business. But yeah, I thought that was really dope. I thought that was really interesting because like Epic is already in. Like you play a lot of games that use the Unreal Engine, and so you already play a lot of games that they're not made by Epic, but using their software. So you play a lot of Epic stuff, and now they have rad tools, which has been involved in more games than Epic has ever touched. So it's just
I can't believe it. I just can't believe they're gonna enhance UE5. Like what we saw last year was so beautiful.
It's crazy.
In every video game, essentially, from this point forward. Essentially,
would you say
aside from like some AAAs and the quadruple A studios, Epic is gonna be touching essentially every single video game from this point on.
Most likely. Yeah.
There's gonna be
unless
like,
they're using
they're a titan, man. Like they really are no joke. And it's like a lot of people they didn't connect them until Fortnite. And like for forever, like for us, it's always been Unreal Engine. It's always been Unreal Engine for me.
Well, like I knew about UE. I just didn't know Epic made UE.
Oh, okay.
So I knew about UE. All of the UEs, but like,
no, So that's since like high school, like Unreal Tournament 1 or Unreal Tournament 2.
Yeah.
When I first came out, and I was like, and like those games were kind of showcases for the Unreal Engine, and then Unreal Engine just blew up. It just became one of the industry norms, you know.
Do you remember that game back at Good Times where you would control your character with the sphere and you got to like spin the sphere?
You got to keep spinning the sphere.
It was like a shooter game.
What game was that?
I don't remember. I think it might have been called Sphere or something like that. Like you literally had to spin the ball to move your character, and it was like
I do remember that.
I got that. I thought that game was Unreal Tournament. Like that's what every time somebody says Unreal Tournament, that's the game that comes to my mind. And so like I've never played the real Unreal Tournament game.
I used to have it on my school laptop. We used to play in high school. Like me and a couple boys from high school used to play it like in class. Like snap. You know.
My first actual interaction with the engine was the iOS game Infinity Blade.
Oh.
And then I actually went and got 1, 2, and 3. That was like, just imagine like a PS3 game on your iPhone 4, iPhone 5. Yeah, that's essentially how it was then.
Yeah. And you probably played Unreal games way before that.
Probably,
before that. Like way before that.
And I didn't make the distinction. So
yeah, dude. So Epic did go on to say that Rad will be able to continue to do their business with all their partners in gaming and film and television, and they will maintain all their licenses to sell their products. So like they're being included and they're being brought in and they're a part of Epic, but they still get to do their thing.
Yeah, their own.
You know that's awesome.
So I thought that was another dope thing for Epic to do. Like, yo, you're with us now. We want help with UE, but you don't just have to do UE. You can do your own thing still. You can still make your own bread. You still do your stuff. It's just you with us now.
Make your own bread-ish, because we taking a piece of that. We own you, so you got to throw us 20% a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So rather than cut a deal with y'all to get a percentage, your percentage is ours. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like, do your thing.
We're not contracting you. You are part of us. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Run that loop.
So whatever profit you make, it just shows up on our books as profit too. Run it. Like it's all good. So I thought that was dope too, that they let them continue to do their thing because they own it. So they don't have to touch it. It's literally one of those things that is self-sufficient. It's been doing its thing for years, bro, decades. Rad Tools has been decades too.
That, my friends, is what we call an investment into passive income. You just bought something that already makes money on its own. So it's like, I bought you. Now it's just rolling in. Like, thanks. Now you just let it roll in every month. You just let it roll in.
It's rolling in, and they're good enough to help you with your main product.
Exactly. Like you bought them to make money off of them, and they're helping you. It's like, yo, that's a double investment, and a triple investment, because it's so like you literally don't have to bother it. You don't have to touch it. They have all their own everything. It's already been running for years, so you literally don't even have to you don't have to enhance nothing. They're helping enhance you.
It's an acquisition, not an acquisition assimilation. When you things, that's when things start to get all janky and convoluted and all that other stuff. So,
that's man. Smart. So, shout out to Epic, man. They're making big moves. So, their company's growing, obviously. Fortnite's
speaking of big moves.
Right. So Fortnite's still crushing it. They just bought Rad Tools. They fighting Apple. Like they just doing their thing. And man, where you gonna put all these employees, right? They just bought a mall, bro.
This is the coolest thing I've ever heard. In my life. The coolest, most of the time, company, you buy a factory or you go in some type of office building or something like that. Like, they say, they called up to the meet. Homie just woke up. He was drunk. He went out with his boys. He woke up like, yo, you want to buy a mall? And they was like, let's do it, bro. Like, what?
Oh, man. So
there's an abandoned one right here. Yo, how much you selling this for? Whatever. It's ours.
So
Epic pockets.
Most tech companies, especially tech companies of this caliber, are either in California or they're dispersed around the world. You know, like how Ubisoft is in France and Montreal and things of that nature. Epic Games is actually, they're based in North Carolina. It's a strange place for a tech company, right? So, and they've been there since 1999. They have 2,200 employees in its global workforce. So what they're doing is they spent $95 million to the town of Cary, so Cary, North Carolina. That's where they've been this whole time. So they're like, all right, so then we're gonna get back to the city, and they spent $95 million on a mall. So now they own a 980,000 square foot town center. It's literally like a center, bro. They own the whole thing, and it's 87 acres of land, bro. They bought the whole thing, and
I see what's going on. I see it.
What?
I see what's going on.
Epic land.
But
they're gonna buy that whole city and rename it Epic, North Carolina.
Now the
oh, there's a but.
I guess it's been, it's struggled to remain open with the challenges of 2020 and all those things. So the town, so the company is working with the town of Cary on a $193 million sports and recreational center that's planned for the site. So basically, they're putting a sports center there. So it's probably gonna be a stadium of sorts for. So this is my guess, right? So usually in watching sports and stuff like that, is these big things get funded by companies and tax dollars, right? Okay. And they build stadiums. So like here in Massachusetts, we have Gillette, which is which is mostly us. Mostly we paid for most of it.
The tax dollars. I don't even watch football, but I ain't gonna say
and the Kraft family, they paid some of it, and it's supposed to be a benefit. There's jobs, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So they're building a sports and recreational center in the town of Cary. It's supposed to be 193 million, and it's also going to have a campus, which would have the office spaces and all types of stuff of that nature. So, Epic, if you don't put no esports in your stadium, it's on site, bro.
So wait, So wait a minute. Now I'm confused because I thought the stadium was for esports. Like it's for regular sports.
It's sports and recreation. So hopefully, esports better be included in this sport.
It better be main line. Like you got like where you get all your money from. Games. So you better better be mainstream.
That's probably something they have to work out for the town in order to allow them to even purchase that property in the first place.
Oh, absolutely. You know that they had to come up with an agreement.
Yeah,
so
you can't just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna buy this.
Yeah, because the city's got to win, especially when it's in the center of the town. Like this is
that's downtown.
The town center. Like, this is
so. What does that mean? It can't be esports, mainstream
no,
esports.
You're wondering why there's a regular stadium instead of an e-stadium.
What? I'm not understanding why it can't be an esports stadium.
Like TD Garden gets repurposed for several different types of sports. That's not to say that they can't do that for this one.
Right.
Wait, say that again.
That's not to say that.
Garden. That's exactly what they do at Boston Garden. So Boston Garden is actually owned by it's partially owned by the bank and I believe the hockey team by the Bruins. And it gets repurposed for basketball and concerts and esports.
Oh, TD. Okay, yeah.
So he's saying it's probably the same thing with this stadium. Is it might be whatever the state needs it to be, but it's also going to be everything else it needs to be: esports and basketball and whatever.
Oh wait. Oh, they don't own that. They don't own that themselves.
No, so it's the company is working with the town of Cary. So it's probably going to be co-owned by the town and by Epic.
Okay.
Okay. But it's just to say that Epic is at the stage now where they're making deals with states,
a whole state.
Yeah. Like that's a different level. You know what I mean? Like like Naughty Dog's not doing that yet. You know what I mean? Like they're not on that. I mean, they got bought by Sony. So maybe Sony can do that. Yeah. But to have Epic Games is like they've moved up in terms of being a big fish in the pond. So they bought a mall, they bought Rad Games. They just doing it, man. They're doing
Microsoft style moves.
Yeah,
they're trying to level up. They're trying to get there. That's for sure.
They have leveled up. You over here consorting with the city to own land in the dead center? Come on, cuz.
Crazy. Like, yo, this thing is allegedly in the center. Like, this is the town center. So, like, if you go down to Seaport in Boston, just imagine, like, the main part of it is just owned by Epic Games. It's crazy.
Epic Land.
Crazy. Yeah, straight up.
I'm waiting on Epic Land.
Like 980,000 square feet. Like, how big is that? Like,
ridiculous.
How big is that? And they bought it for $95 million.
That's
crazy.
That's the deal.
And it's only 2 miles from Epic's current headquarters. And I don't think they're giving that building up yet. Like, you know what I mean?
Nah, they cool.
And this is going to be
crazy.
They might Airbnb it.
And this is going to be
another meeting room. It's a couple miles down the road. Can you follow me, please?
It's dude, like they have some crazy plans for this space, man. It's nuts. It's nuts. They got stuff going on.
Now so knowing that they bought them all, I thought it was like an abandoned area. I didn't like really read into it because I wanted to hear what you had to say. I thought it was like an abandoned space that they were repurposing, but it's a struggling space.
It's a struggling space, and a lot of the stores have already bounced. So there's only a couple of stores that remain, and much of the mall is blocked off. Like the current owners of the mall, well, yeah, they bought it in 2019 for 31 million. So they just came up.
They tripled
because they just bought it for 95 million. So yeah,
everybody's happy.
Epic was probably like they probably came into it like I'm willing to spend 100, and the previous guys they probably needed help. They probably had stuff that was backed up, old bills, and they just was like, "Yo, here, boom, see you later, bye." 95 mil, I got you. See you later, bro. We about to flip this town on its head, dude. So that's fire, man. I was hyped for this. I'm very hyped for what Epic is doing. It's exciting.
Trying to take a road trip.
Excited. Hey, when it's done, it's supposed to be done by 2024. So hopefully the pandemic's done and everything's done, and we can just go for a ride and go hang out and go check it out. Yeah,
go to Epic Land, as Key calls it.
Yeah, dude, I'd love to go see Epic Land when it's done in 2024. So hopefully they'll give us some guest passes and we can roam the halls, and I'd be very excited to go check that out. So shout out to Epic Games for making epic-sized moves in the gaming industry.
Puns. Yo, Key, you coming on the road trip?
Only if we can stop at Chick-fil-A.
You can. I don't support that business.
When does Returnal come out again?
March 19th, 2021.
19th.
That's near my birthday.
Okay.
Hey.
So a week later, Monster Hunter Rising will be releasing.
Yo, I hate you so much.
I might only have a little bit of time on Returnal before I have to turn my attention to a Switch title. That I'll be honest. You can
just switch back and forth. Boom.
I could switch back and forth. Look at you with the puns. You on fire today. Yeah, what I was saying. When I first heard about this game, I was in the middle of playing World, which was kind of sort of my first formal foray into the Monster Hunter world. So hearing up about Rise, it being a Switch-only title, and you both have your reservations about the Switch. We don't need to repeat them.
Also, Monster Hunter.
Definitely about Monster Hunter. B, not so much because he actually bothered to play World for a little bit before things got a little crazy.
I just beat the main story after that was done.
I had my reservations about this because I'm having such a good time on Switch. I mean, I'm on the PS4 version. It's this giant world, and how are you gonna compare it on Switch? It doesn't have the horsepower of the home consoles, things like that. And to my surprise, and to the surprise of a number of other reviewers, that isn't really the case. Monster Hunter World had the potential to kind of split the Monster Hunter series into two. I actually have to go back and read up on the Monster Hunter history because I've only ever played 2 games. There was a portable game. I don't remember the exact name of it.
The one for PSP?
Yeah.
I played that one.
I think it was portable. But in looking up the Monster Hunter history, I actually learned that there were kind of 3 different, what do you want to call them, versions of the Monster Hunter game. There's the mainline games, which is like Monster Hunter 2, 3, and 4, which started on PS2. I noticed that some of those games haven't released here. So Monster Hunter was here, 2004. Monster Hunter 2 released in Japan only a couple years later because Monster Hunter didn't do so well over here. It got like 60 on Metacritic, things like that. So they went back home, tried to figure some things out, try to make it appeal more to a Western audience. Mm-hmm. Then they released Try on 3DS. That didn't do so hot over here. So they released it in Japan only, again, 2011. It's just this back and forth. So you get this mishmash of Monster Hunter games that were here and there until 2018 when they came out with World, PS4, and PC. It had a really bad PC start, by the way. So I'm having a good time with this game with my friends and things like that. And then Iceborne came out a year later. And now we're here. They're not putting out any additional content on World. So now we have another game to look forward to, which is Rise. The demo came out a few days ago, which I actually obtained. Apparently, it was so popular that it brought the eShop down for a little bit, which I don't think has happened before. So the fact that you have X amount of people bringing down your store is indicative of a good sign that you might be bringing out a good game. So like I said, Monster Hunter World, it had the possibility to split the Monster Hunter World into two. The first Monster Hunter games weren't exactly accessible. We were talking a little earlier about the difficulty of certain video games and how you had to have a certain skill set in order to be good at said video game. Yep. Monster Hunter would fall into the Nintendo hard category. And back in the days, early 2000s, we weren't really interested in hard games like that, especially these random games that came over from the East and talk about slaying monsters and all this other stuff. So that's why it didn't do well. So now Monster Hunter Rise has
say this, we. Don't say we.
We accept key.
Don't put me in there. I like my games hard. I think you just meant
we as an Americans. Yeah. The East. We were Western. Yeah, the Western game players.
The Western part of the world.
Yeah. I feel you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Stand you. So that puts Rise in an interesting position. It hasn't been formally announced that that there's a sequel to Monster Hunter World. So like the big console ones. But so that makes Rise seem like a in-between game. So like, okay, we have World main title. Here, have this to hold you over while we develop the main title. Now everybody's saying, oh, this might be considered a main title.
Really?
So it's kind of a balance. So from what I was playing, I had to actually go back and look at old Monster Hunter footage because I didn't really remember it. So looking at that footage, comparing it with my World play, because I have about 300 hours in that game now, this Rise feels like a mix between the two.
Okay.
So, wow, we're touching on a lot of our older conversations. Going back to accessibility, bringing in new players to the franchise, and also embracing those who have been with the Monster Hunter franchise from the jump, this game is doing a mix of both. So, it was available on Switch right now. It has this really silly limitation that you can only play 50 missions. There is a way to circumvent that. I'll provide. It's nothing ridiculous. You just delete your save data and then start over to restart the timer. So you get to play 50 missions. It lets you use all the weapons, all the typical weapons that are in the Monster Hunter game. And it has a number of additions, which I think are really exciting, which is kind of what made me want to play the game now. But I saw you waving your hand at me, Key. I know you're not a fan of the Monster Hunter series, but what was that for?
You only get 50 missions, and then that's it?
It's a timed demo, yeah.
It's a demo.
Oh, it's a demo. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought the whole game you got 50 missions.
You get 50 missions. I would not be talking about it right now.
Dude, yeah, I'm like, throw this whole game away. I'm sorry. Continue. Forget that. I take it back. That's backwards. It's a backwards one. I take it back.
So in Monster Hunter World, they introduced what was called the seamless map. So you can go from zone to zone to zone. Each zone has its own particular endemic life, large monsters, materials, things like that. What Rise does, hence its name, Monster Hunter Rise, it adds additional verticality to the game. So there were certain maps in World where you did have to go very high up into the world to fight certain monsters in their hot zones. This one emphasizes on that even more. So because they did that, they had to introduce new tools. So I don't remember how much of World you remember, B, but how you just fought you have your weapons, you fight the monsters, you're able to mount them, and then all these other things. You haven't been playing recently, but there's a mechanic that a lot of World users have started to utilize, me myself included. So if you know how you hold circle, you send out the hook shot, and then you can hook onto them, right? So the mechanic is for you to hook onto his face. You can press circle to orient his direction, so you can change where he's facing. And if you have paws in your hand, you hold R2 to make him lunge forward. If he runs into a wall, he does this significant amount of damage, like 4,000 or 5,000 damage, and then he's stunned for like however long. It depends on the monster. You can get free damage. they introduce another type of hookshot called the wire bug. So you might actually find this interesting. You can mount the monster that you're fighting, and you can cause him to attack with you. So you kind of do the same thing. You weaken him to make him in a mountable position. Then you use these wire bugs to get on top of him. When you're on top of him, you have four options. You can evade using B, so like how you would do in the regular game.
In the regular one, yep.
You have a strong attack, and then you have a punish. So while you're doing the strong and weak attacks against the monster that you're fighting, you build up this gauge. Once the gauge is built, you get this punish attack, and you do this crazy amount of damage.
That's dope.
Then you can do that additional mechanic that I mentioned in World, which makes them bash their head against the wall for more damage. Another feature is where you're on their back, you make the bash against the wall. You can hop up off of them for that millisecond that they hit the wall. They bash their head, you land back on them, and you can do it again. So they're trying to have like additional.
Is going to be perfect.
Way cooler to be like, because in comparison, the battle system in World was kind of plain. He's doing slash, dodge, maybe use the item, slash, dodge, pick up some pods, shoot it at them, hit the wall. And now you have all these additional mechanics. It was kind of weird to do on the Switch. I don't have my Pro. You have my Pro Controller right now, so. But it's kind of hard to use on this thing. And I don't have my dock right now, but it looked pretty good.
It's kind of hard to use on what?
On the Joy-Cons.
Oh, got you.
It's B to dodge. A and B are your attacks. I was so used to using the world buttons on my Switch, it was just messing me up because they changed a little bit. Additional features that they add. You remember the cat companion, the Palicos?
Of course.
Or if you're by yourself, they fight with you and things like that.
So
they added a new companion called the Palamute. So he's a dog-like creature that you can ride. Well, this is another thing you didn't notice. So there are raid riders currently in the game where you just get on top of them and they take you right to the monster. You don't have to worry about walking and all that other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, in this game, they come native. It's a whole nother companion called the Palamute. So he can scale cliffs, he can ride, he can perform attacks while fighting with your Palico. So now you have two companions.
That's what's up.
If you're doing solos, it'll be.
If you're playing solo, you get to get a team of. Okay, that's pretty dope.
If it's you and one other, you can choose which of the two you want to send out. So either your Palico or your Palamute.
It's funny that you said that the battle in World is kind of plain, and then you was like, yeah, you get to do this and then do that and then do this, and I'm like, maybe it's just plain because you put in 300 hours. Now you're looking for something.
You have 300 hours in Monster Hunter World.
Dude, the game isn't. Dude, it's a thing. Bro. That game's hot.
It's an MMO without being an MMO. Let's just say that. It's like a constant in-game grind. You defeat the monsters, you get the parts, you get the better armor to slap them, and then you go into the harder monster.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just an MMO. Like again, the thing that turned me off from the original World was the whole. I have to play it by myself first in order to play it with my friends. Like I should be able to just play the missions, just with my friends. I should be able to just play co-op with my mates. Just go. Just go. It just like why not? Like why is that so hard? But I do like Monster Hunter World. I did play the main story. It's fun. Like it's a fun game. Like I enjoyed the battle system. I enjoyed the difficulty because the game is hard. That's a hard game. Like those monsters get crazy, and if you don't know the strat or you don't know what you're doing, or you with a team and they don't have a plan, you don't have a plan, you're getting slid by these monsters, bro. You're not winning. So that is dope. That is cool. Rise is definitely not in my radar. It's not on my radar of games to get. Mm-hmm. But obviously, if the crew makes enough noise and y'all need another player, I'll probably cop. But I do. So now, what I know about Monster Hunter and my very limited knowledge is that it became a thing in the Western world on PSP. It became the movement.
That's the first one I played.
Yeah, so, and it became the movement like for people like us, like hardcore gamers and hardcore TCG players who just found out
turned off from that game quick because you know, PS around that time I was playing Elder Scrolls, and this game came out PSP, and I was like, oh, okay. And then like it didn't have none of the. I couldn't like just run around. I couldn't take nothing off of nobody's body or none of that. Like I started off in my tarps or whatever, in my little undies, but I couldn't like just go and loot people or none of that. So I was immediately turned off from that game, and I haven't played one until I played Monster Hunter World, which I didn't like that game either. So
yeah, that's the Freedom series. So like I said, it split into 4. So there's the main line, there's Freedom, which was the PSP version. So Monster Hunter Freedom, Freedom 2, better known as Unite, and then Portable Third, which was Japan, Korea only. They actually did have an MMO. It's called Frontier. So Frontier Online, which was renamed Frontier Z. It was for Windows and Xbox 360. And Japan, Korea only, unfortunately. They actually only recently stopped supporting it in December of 19.
Oh, wow.
And then there was an expansion for it, Frontier Online G, which was for the same platforms and the PS Vita, PS3. Also in Japan only, and it stopped December of last year.
It's like Monster Hunter for me is like, if you like games that are kind of farmy, like if you like to farm and grind for like new items and new gear, like this game is for you. You know, like if you just like to grind to level up your gear and your items and stuff, and have it be a tough process to do that with friends, that's Monster Hunter. Like you just with your friends, everybody's talking trash on a headset and just hanging out, and you're just grinding for gear. Like, yo, I gotta go fight a Rathalos. All right, dope. I'll go with you. And yo, I gotta go fight this thing. All right, cool. And you get 2 people to go that way, and everybody's just kind of hanging out. That's kind of that was the experience I had with the game. Was like we'd be on headset, and there might be 6 of us in the room, and it might be 2 of us are going on this mission and 4 of us are going that way, and we all just kind of grinding and just hanging out.
It felt like that game.
My experience with it.
What's that game that came after Ico?
Shadow of Colossus?
That's what it felt like to me. Shadow of Colossus. You just
it's definitely that.
Just attacking the monster, I was just bored. It just got really boring.
I can see that.
Yeah. It's definitely that with friends.
I didn't have anybody else to play it with. Probably because I didn't tell you that I was downloading it, so I didn't do the multiplayer. I didn't want to go on with no randoms.
No new friends. No new friends.
Demo. So if you have a Switch, the hunting horn, which is my main weapon. I play more of a support role in World because I'm adept at the game, but I won't be dealing any crazy numbers. So, I just stick in the back, my hunting horn, play my tunes, make sure y'all attack up, defense up, things like that.
Stop playing them notes.
The hunting horn slaps in Rise. I was putting monsters down. Let me tell you.
Really?
It's a support weapon that puts monsters down. So if you're trying to rock and play some tunes while beating up on monsters, let me know.
You trying to play some tunes while beating on monsters.
Dude, that horn, yo, here we go. Well, Reese is in the party when you start hearing those jingles, bro. Like, here we go. But So man, I enjoyed World. It was fun. Now, if I had to play that game by myself, I wouldn't play it. I would never turn it on.
It's a good game. Yes, I wouldn't play it by myself. This is a game I want to play with my friends, so you won't catch me on there.
Absolutely.
The game will have cross-compatibility features with a future release game called Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin, which is going to be released after Rise is released. They haven't given an release date. If you notice, I said Monster Hunter Stories 2 is because Monster Hunter Stories came back October 2016 Japan, September 2017 here for the 3DS. It isn't a typical Monster Hunter game. You take on the role of a rider instead of a hunter, and it's actually a turn-based RPG.
Okay.
You befriend monsters, you battle alongside them, things like that.
Wait a minute.
And it's actually a 75 episode anime, which aired in 2016 to 2018.
Oh wow! So is this RPG for Switch?
I might actually give that a gander because that kind of piqued my interest. I didn't know that there was.
Is the RPG for Switch?
That is for 3DS. This future one that's coming out too, yes, it's going to be for Switch. Because you can carry over your Rise data from it, which I think is rather interesting. That you.
But what? Yeah, like what is the Rise data going to give you? I hate when games say that you can carry your data over, and then it'd be like, oh, you get like you get like an outfit and one weapon. I'm like, man, it's trash, man.
Another thing I looked at was what their naming convention. Because if you listen to the names that I mentioned, they kind of did a numbered thing like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy did. Monster Hunter 2 Duo, Monster Hunter 3 Try, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. They stuck with the numbers outside of World. World was like the first one they gave like a word to, and now there's Rise. So they wanted to move away from the use of numbering for the main titles and instead name them based on a central concept that the game was built around. Monster Hunter World. This is a world that they're creating with multiple expansions and things like that. Monster Hunter Rise. You're going to pay attention to the verticality of the maps in regards to how you fight and things like that.
That's cool.
Yeah,
so,
that's cool.
A couple of cool things I looked up. So, they were working on this game for about 3-4 years. They started after Monster Hunter Generations was completed, which is another 3DS game. That's another thing that they did. They touched all of the systems. So PS2, Wii, 3DS, Wii U, and the current ones. But they didn't have any steady success until this previous generation with World, like constant success. Monster Hunter World is Capcom's best-selling game.
I was going to say, that game saved Capcom, bro. No cap.
Monster Hunter
World saved, like, it was like, it gave Capcom the bread to then do the reboots for Resident Evil and do all this stuff. Because, bro.
Oh, another thing. Thank you for bringing that up.
It was
this game,
rough.
Rise, was created using the same engine that you saw the RE2 remake.
See what I'm saying?
So it actually, that's why I say it looks really, even though it's on the Switch, it still looks relatively good.
That's good. That's dope.
That's dope. Because Resident Evil 2 looks beautiful. I mean, it's not going to look like that, obviously. It's used on the same engine, but it's probably not as textured and layered and things of that nature.
But it moves
it moves nice, right?
Beautiful,
right.
Yes.
Which is
that's
important.
why I was saying it moves more fluid, and that's why I feel like World feels janky now in comparisons after playing Rise.
Well, World always felt a little janky to me. Always. It was always like kind of stiff.
And now I see it.
It's always stiff.
I can see it. Get away with this.
I can see it. The first time I play on mode, this game's like stiff and janky, but like it's fun to play with y'all, so I'll play it.
Yeah. So that's me with Call of Duty. Going back to playing Modern Warfare after playing Cold War, I'm like, wow, this game is clunky.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch, the 26th March. I will get it if my friends get it.
March 26th. Well, you already know somebody in the Discord is grabbing it. You know that for sure.
I'll be playing along with them. Who knows?
Who knows?
I have the demo right now. Call that demo. I'll give you my Switch friend code. We can get it cracking.
So I guess that means it is time for everybody's favorite segment of the week. Is that right? Right?
Run it, man.
And that is B's throwback of the week. Wait.
Is it my throwback of the week?
No, wait.
or is it not my throwback of the week? Do you have more to contribute?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Did you break the music?
One more time. It's time for everybody's favorite segment, and that is B's throwback of the week.
Now we're talking. Marco, you gotta get it back.
Right, bring it back. Let me cut it.
Yeah, do that.
All right,
what you got for me, B?
Ladies and gentlemen of the Trigger Squad, because it's wait a minute, I forgot. It's about Reese. So Reese, the game that I got, fall back. So ladies and gentlemen of the Trigger Squad, the game that I brought to you guys.
Bro, I knew I was gonna get it one day. I knew it. It was only a matter of time before it was finally.
What game is this?
We didn't even hear what you said.
But what game are you talking about?
Conker's Bad Fur Day. Conquer.
Oh no, moving on.
So this game was released in 2002, November 17, 2002 to be exact. It was devved by Ubisoft Montreal. It was published by Ubisoft. You are not going to say that in about 30 seconds. This game is a stealth game, stealth action redefined. It was Splinter Cell's the original Splinter Cell. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, released in 2002.
You tricked me. Wait. You tricked me.
Built on the Unreal Engine 2. So I wanted to pick a game that was stealth, but also that Keon would actually like.
You tricked me. You called it stealth.
I tricked him.
You got him.
Splinter Cell Stealth Action Redefined is the name of the game. It's literally on the cover. Stealth Action Redefined.
Is right.
Stealth game, but like if you mess up, they don't punish you that much for messing up. You can just go crazy.
You can just go in, busting and shooting. I'm not gonna hold you though. Like I went in there, I tried to do my stealthy thing. Like I would sneak around, I shoot out the lights. Yeah. I really wish Metal Gear had that, but I guess with the top-down view, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense at all.
They had that. I think they had that in 3, no? Or maybe 4. I don't remember when they had that.
Probably.
But
you can shoot out lights in 4?
At some point in the series,
in the game, in the series.
Yeah, you'll see once we finally
lights that they put out
get there.
But the Splinter Cell was fun, man. I love stealth games, so I love to try and beat them as stealthily as possible. But the thing of like stealth games have their weird stuff, right? So, like in Hitman, you can just like take somebody's clothes and all of a sudden everyone is your size, right? Like everyone just has clothes that fit you. And like in Metal Gear, it's like it's all this cool stuff that you can do, but you have all these items that you need on you to do it. So you have these item menus on left and right, and you can't carry all that stuff. It doesn't make sense. Splinter Cell, they took that out. Like whatever was on you was what you had, but you could shoot out the lights, which made it was good, but it didn't make sense because if a guard was standing there, you shoot the light out, and all the pieces were laying out. Nothing. There was no response.
So yeah, physically and like literally, it makes no. It was. I liked it though. It was good.
I loved it.
In a real world experience, it would that doesn't make sense for you to be able to just shoot out a light and he's just Oh, that's weird. And he's just carrying about his day. Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like I worked in security for 7 years. If someone shot out a light, I'm like, all right, let me make a call. I'm calling everybody. I'm leaving. And you know what I mean? I'm getting in my car. So
I think the difference with that in Metal Gear. Oh well, in Metal Gear, right? No, because in Metal Gear, because in Rainbow's and what's the name of that game?
Wow,
Tom Clancy's
Splinter Cell, and Splinter Cell. Your pistol, you could, I think you can put on the silencer and take off the silencer if I'm not mistaken. But you definitely had a silencer.
Was that Splinter Cell?
At some point in the series, you could definitely change the weapon.
Yes, but I don't think it was the base game though.
It probably was the base game.
It probably
was.
Yeah,
the base game.
In the base. I know at least in base game. I don't know if you can take it off and put it back on, but I know you had a silencer.
Oh, you definitely had a silenced pistol in the first game. Absolutely.
Not alerting them when you shoot is fine, but the fact that it didn't alert them when it went out.
It didn't
or anything
alert
like
them
that
at all in the first game.
What they would do
the second
is
game. In the second game, they'd go strange. Weird. In the first game, nothing. There was no. They just
there was no response at all in the first game.
No response.
No, as a matter of fact, what's that? They're called Rocket Jump now, but what was their original name, Reese?
Rocket Jump.
Eddie Wong, was it Eddie Wong? I can't remember, but they used to do all those cool YouTube videos like 360 no scope and all that type of stuff.
Oh no, I don't remember.
But they're called Rocket Jump now. That's their name.
Yeah,
but
I don't remember the original.
Yeah, and they made a Splinter Cell parody video of like some guy doing stealth. He was just walking down, just shooting lights out, just shooting.
I think I might have seen that actually.
And they were trying to make as much noise as possible by shooting out lights. Like,
but the guy was just like,
and the guy was just
walking,
as
chilling.
Like the glass is falling on him.
I think I saw that. I actually downloaded.
All that to say, Yeah, good.
I still want to play that series. Like I still want, because I played first one and beat it, played second one and beat it, I think, and I might have beat the third one. I don't remember. I know I played. I don't know what the third one is, but I remember not playing the
Chaos
game.
Theory.
Chaos Theory
is the third one.
Is the third one? I don't think I beat Chaos Theory then, because I remember not playing the series for a long time, and then I had a GameCube at my sister's house. I used to live with my sister, and over there I would play Double Agent.
That was the fourth one.
Yeah, so I think I might have skipped Chaos Theory, and then I played Double Agent, but I only played it like halfway through, and then I moved, and then like whatever.
Yeah, gotcha. Like, see, that one you could play two different ways, I believe, and it was two separate endings, I believe. But one of the endings was a true ending, and I don't want to ruin the story.
I just know he started. He was bald, and he started off in jail. Like it was crazy. Like
that's Double Agent. That's Double Agent.
Yeah, it was so like I got all the games on my Xbox because you could just download them on Game Pass because Game Pass is fire. And
true. These are facts.
So like, bro, like that's one of the series that I definitely want to get back. I just want to play the entire thing because I remember Splinter Cell Black coming out.
That's the one I want to play.
I was pissed. I was like, why is it Xbox exclusive? I don't have that. I don't want that system. And so, I would definitely want to. That's a series I just want to play through.
Yeah, I beat 1 through 4, and then I didn't play any of the ones after that. I actually love this series. So because you're a Metal Gear fan, people, he probably don't like Splinter Cell. Wrong. I love Splinter Cell. Like Splinter Cell's great. I just love stealth games. I love games that really push that difficulty of you trying to stay hidden, and they put as many things into the game to catch you. I just like that cat and mouse game. And then in this, if you get caught and it all breaks loose, you can just go nuts.
You can go ham. That's what I like about this game. That you can go crazy if you want. Like if you choose to just go out running, gun shooting, busting, booting, live your best life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it becomes it becomes a shooter.
In Metal Gear 2, that's not an option. 10 times when you get caught or you get spotted or something like that.
It's so frustrating.
You can't just kill everyone in the room or deal with everyone in the room and then it's over.
No.
They because it's Shadow Moses or it's the tanker or it's Big Shell. They constantly send you enemies for you to escape. You need to hide to get away, and then it resets.
They force that upon you. Yeah, they force you to hide. Whereas in this game, if you start off soft and you go loud by accident, it just becomes an Uncharted. Like you just live your best life, bro. Get out how you can.
Just survive.
They don't give you more ammo. It's hard to, like, especially on a hard difficulty. Like if you have like the rubber rounds and you hit somebody with a rubber round, you can't just go get that back. Like they don't give you a lot of stuff in Splinter Cell. So I like that a lot. I love Splinter Cell. I love the series. Sam Fisher's a beast. He's in Rainbow Six Siege now, and he's lighting up the meta. He's a beast in the game. He goes under Zero, whatever that's about. But the series is hot, man. It started in 2002. I was super stoked that I could even use this game because I forgot that the first one was a PS2 series. For whatever reason, in my head it was a PS3 series.
Yeah, no, I remember. As a matter of fact, I remember when we first got that game. Oh, dude, I'll never forget this. And to this day, man, if you're watching this, I feel mad bad. You probably don't even remember, but I'll never forget this.
I got tell him.
Let me just tell you. So we got that game. We got Splinter Cell, and then we got like one of them. He was a kid at the time, so it was like Klonoa or something like that. Like one of those. I think it might have been Ty, the tiger. If you guys, I don't know if you guys.
It was one of those games. Yeah.
And so at the time, our PS2 was just like done. It was dead. It was gone. And whenever we put in a game, like we would have to like keep trying. It just would not work. Until like and so we would go back and forth trying, and then he tried his game, he put it in and it turned on, so he got hyped. He was like, oh, I'm about to play, and I'm like, whoa, wait, it's working, let me try my game, let me put my game in. And I took his game out, I put it in and it didn't work, and like he tried to put his in and it didn't work, and it just would not work anymore after that. And I was like, oh man,
he couldn't even get that one run.
You did him.
I did him dirty, man.
Dad,
I still think about that sometimes. Like, dang,
terrible.
Dang, man.
Yeah, I did them dirty. But another thing I like about that game is how, first of all, you get the tri goggles. Like you can night vision. I think it was like the heat,
infrared,
There's thermal, infrared, night vision, and regular right on his in like the light, and just like a flashlight, right?
Yeah.
Boom. You just woo every time you press up.
You hit it
every time. Yeah.
Oh man, I love that game.
Bro, I love this series.
I love that game. I love that. Every time you activate it,
really
like, and you just hear it.
It's a fire series, dude.
And then like there'll be like you can shimmy because you can shimmy on stuff like on poles and stuff like that, and then you can hang over somebody
upside down
and like snap their neck,
snap their neck from upside down. Oh yeah, bro.
Or you can kidnap them. You can just take them, dude. Bro,
it's good.
That game was so much fun. I love Splinter Cell. And what's crazy is that when we started this show, I don't know, even maybe it was because we started talking about Metal Gear. I don't remember, but like I went on Twitter and started talking about Splinter Cell, and I had no idea it has this entire following of people that absolutely love Splinter Cell, like deep. They know all the lore and they follow the entire series. It has it's like a cult following because it's not as big as like a Metal Gear or anything like that, but it has its following, its deep core following, and I had no idea. I thought that was like a game that people kind of just like kind of walked over,
swept under the rug or something like that.
I guess I should say,
yeah. Like if you're a fan, like how I am of like stealth games. If you like stealth games, like you like your mainstays are Metal Gear, Splinter Cell, and Hitman. Like you play them. It's like it's something in me. I have to play them. Like I just have to play them.
I'm 2 out of 3 on that list.
I didn't play the other ones. I didn't have an Xbox. Otherwise, I would have played them.
Yeah,
because
when
they were for PlayStation, I bought all 4 of them. I played them all.
The way they was making it look on the on the previews and everything, it was looking like a freaking
like a Dynamite Cop features were added in there. It had
he was hiding up against the wall. It looked like an Uncharted game. Like he was like he was in the dirty. He was like just shooting up at people. It looked like I don't know It just looked more actiony than previous. It didn't look like it was as focused. Like it definitely stealthy, but it didn't look as focused on stealth as
that black one definitely looked a lot more action based. No, it just looked more action.
Yeah, a little bit more action than the previous installments of the series,
to say the least. Now I don't know if that one was a prequel or not. I don't remember.
I don't know the story at all. I know something about his daughter, but I don't really.
Oh yeah, be cool. I
don't know. I don't know at all. I don't know.
Oh, I know. I'm like, chill. I gotta be cool.
I just know something about his daughter. He shaves his head. Like I don't.
I know more about the Siphon Filter story than I knew.
They brought back the spies versus mercs in that mode though. I don't know if you remember that. That mode where like
in what game?
There's a multiplayer mode in Splinter Cell and Double Agent where it was actually 2 players and like the other person would play the other side.
Yes, I know it was double. I remember it being 2 players. Yes, I just didn't have nobody to play with me, but they
brought that back in Splinter Cell. What is this? Blacklist. Is what it's called.
Blacklist. That's what it's called. Blacklist.
And
it's not mandatory though, right?
It's a sequel to Splinter Cell Conviction. Conviction, I think, was the one that got really poor reviews. I mean,
I don't remember that one.
I know I've heard of Conviction.
Conviction did well. No. Conviction did well.
Which one is Conviction? Is that 2?
That was 2010. No. This is after Double Agent. All these are after Double Agent.
Got you.
Yeah.
There's too many games.
There's a lot in the series, and that reminds me of another series of Max Payne.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to know that story because it seemed like some like Twisted Metal Black type story, like some kind of like
Max
Punisher
Payne?
Like he comes home.
That was more manageable.
Huh?
There's 3 of them, right? There's 3 Max Payne?
There's 3 of them, yeah. Oh, bro, they're phenomenal, bro. Yo, Max Payne 3, don't sleep.
I know, like he goes to Miami, shaves his head. I don't know. There's something about you shaving your head. Your whole series is fire. Like if you shave your head, your series is probably fire. Like if at one point you had like that fresh dude, like that. What's that slick thing that they do? They put the grease, the Johnny Bravo.
With the pomade.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The pompadour. If you got a pompadour, and then like a couple games down in your series, you shave your head bald, you bick it. You got us. That game is serious. Like there's some serious stuff going down in that storyline.
It's probably heat.
Didn't Coach shave his head?
It's probably heat. Oh,
didn't Coach shave his head?
Coach?
Yeah.
Man, that's not Coach. That's Colonel.
That's definitely
Colonel.
not.
We don't know what's up with him.
Computer, bro. That's not even.
Something ain't right with that. But I definitely do want to play the Max
series.
Serious,
right?
Huh?
So he shaved his head and they got real serious at the end of the game, right?
And also in Max Payne 3, he's in Brazil. He's in the favelas. That's not Miami.
Oh.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
See? You really need to play. Dude, I'm telling you, Max Payne 3 is a super fun experience because he don't start off bald. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
I just know he was bald. And like, I just know like in the first game, something like he comes home with like his daughter's crib's all bloody. Like it's a dark story.
Dude,
like,
it is a dark story. It's a dark series, man. But
I'm gonna gotta go.
The games are hot, man.
And it's got the same system as True Crime Streets of LA. So I'm cool with that. Like I love that game. That's another game that's like thrown under the radar that nobody else ever played.
Like, didn't you play LA Noire?
I feel like Max Payne 3 was probably the last game that could just be strictly action with bullet time. You know what I mean? Now is like the bullet time kind of thing is kind of faded out. And it's
bullet time is gone.
It's kind of like a regular thing, right?
What game has bullet time anymore?
Like if you play like a game, or let's say you play Shadow of Mordor, you know what I mean? Because there's magic in the game, you can slow down time. You know what I mean?
I've never played Shadow of Mordor, but
in Shadow of Mordor, you have an ability because you're signed up with the other guy, and he has an ability where you can slow down time, and like the arrows are going by you slow, and you can do it fast and stuff like that.
In our chat, Flip Vision says Days Gone has bullet time.
Yeah, yep. That's another one. You can.
It's a bullet time in a zombie horde game?
In a zombie horde game because they're moving fast and you can slow down time.
Okay, that sounds weird.
I love the term bullet time. I love it.
Or VATS is considered bullet time, no? Because they still moving slow.
VATS is definitely bullet time.
But traditional bullet time is gone.
That's gone.
Traditional bullet time is gone.
Phased
or
out.
It's an ability.
It was late PS2, early PS3.
Bullet time was only in True Crime Streets of LA series, Max Payne, and that game.
And the other one with the dog, the one you like a lot.
Yes, with the dog. That I love that game. I'm mad. I beat all three of them.
Dog.
What is the name of that series?
With the dog.
With the dog.
It was definitely in the Matrix series. Obviously, shout out to the chat.
Oh yeah, the Matrix series.
Can we not? Well,
the one with
bullet time was the movement because of the Matrix.
Right.
I mean,
the Matrix made bullet time games.
Because the first time you played Max Payne, you hit that button, you're like, oh, he's doing the Matrix. Oh,
what was the name of the dog? I mean, no, what was the name of the game? I actually played it recently too on PS Now. That's crazy. I can see him. He's he's like a cop, and he has a dog, and you can sick the dog on people. Yeah, but that was the third one with the
dog because I don't think the dog was in the original.
Dead to
Rights.
Dead to Rights.
It was the first.
Yeah.
First. Yep. And his dog's name Jack Slate and his canine companion Shadow.
There he goes. Dead to
Rights. Yep. So for me, it was Max Payne was first. I think Max Payne was the first one.
Dead to Rights was the first one I played.
And Dead to Rights and all those. Like they all kind of came out around the same time.
Yeah. And then after I played Dead to Rights, I played True Crime Streets of LA, and I was like, yo, hold on.
I'm like unlimited bullets.
This is fire. And like you can like shoot out tires. It was kind of like GTA meets.
Yeah, they tried to smash some GTA
kind of or whatever. And then they made Snoop Dogg the main character.
Then you was
I
Snoop.
was like, I don't know what's going on with this game.
As a matter of fact, that genre got so crazy that like 50 Cent had one. Like his game was good just because it had the bullet time. Same stuff. It's the same
bullet
stuff.
Time.
He was like, Oh, bullet time, but 50 Cent, run it, run it. I beat that game. I beat it. It was great.
My character,
50 Cent joint was fire. Bro.
My character in San Andreas looked like 50 Cent, so I was about it.
Oh my!
Bulletproof heater, bro, heater.
Bullet time was definitely it back in the day. Bullet time was dope.
Yeah, so
I didn't realize how gone it is from games these days.
How gone it is.
Yeah. I didn't realize that. I completely forgot about bullet time.
It definitely did a transition.
I love
real slick transition. Yeah,
bullet time is cool.
I love slow mo. I like slow mo and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like you shoot it. Cool. You jump. You in mid dive, and it's like boom. You just.
You see the bullets, stuff flying
bullets
past
flying, bow, Yo, that's dope.
And it's like now you only see it in like the CGI, you know what I mean? In like the clips where something will slow down and you hear the audio flying past your headphones, which is fire, is dope. But
wow, game systems that should be something we take
maybe
note
it's
of.
Because we play a lot of shooters online. You can't have bullet time online.
Oh,
right?
Not online, but I mean, there's still like an Uncharted
story
type
shooter
game.
As a matter of fact, Red Dead has bullet time because it has Deadeye.
Yes, Deadeye.
Bullet time.
Deadeye.
Like it's still in games. It's just not in. You just don't play it a lot because it's a lot of solo games. Is really
I mean,
I haven't played Red Dead in months. So
it's only been in solo games though, like Dead to Rights and Max Payne. Yeah. So it's meant for solo games, so but it's just
still definitely it's still there. It's just
I mean, but Red Dead. Name another game though. Like Red Dead is like the only one in this day and age that'll have
another game like Red Dead.
God of War?
Yeah. No, Shadow of War, which is the continuation of Shadow of Mordor.
You shoot guns? I mean, but it's bullet time. We're talking about
you have a bow. It's the same thing. You slow down time and it's arrows.
I never played the game. You said magic.
Crazy.
So I'm thinking
just getting crazy.
You slow down time and don't
arrow time.
No, you have arrow time. Excuse me. Yes, you have arrow time.
Yeah, I've never played the series. I don't know.
Yeah. It's actually dope because you can slow down the time and you can ping them kind of like Red Dead. And you can ping them, and then when it goes, he'll just go crazy.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I love those games.
Deadeye was busted. Now that I think about it,
yeah, Deadeye is dirt, baby.
Oh, Deadeye.
Don't sleep.
It was crazy.
So dope.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, man. Splinter Cell. How we ended up here.
that was wild. Yeah.
Is a wonderful series if you like stealth games, redefined, where action you can hang up from the ceiling and do all these wonderful things.
Splinter Cell, dude. I seriously just want to play that game right now. Like I downloaded all of them, and I want to play that game right now. I love that series. I really need to play that game, the whole series. I need to find a way. There's too much going on. Just too much in life right now. Like Bravely Default is coming out. We ain't got
enough time in the day,
and there's really not enough hours in a day.
Man, it's not, man.
There's really not enough hours in a day. I would love to be able to just play through that series, and I have them all, and I just can't get to it because there's just so many other games happening. It's like this is what sucks. This is what sucks about my predicament, and I'm sure a lot of other people out there could feel the same way. Is the fact that I love nostalgia, and I love playing older games. I love going back and playing / beating games that I never beat or played before.
You got a check mark. Yep.
Yeah, knocking off some lists off some games off the backlog. The heavy CVS receipt list of a backlog.
You're speaking truth. Okay.
And so but those are old games, right? Like old games, like 2D bad graphics, whatever the case may be. And then you have these newer games coming out that are just fire, dope. You have to play them. Like they have all these new features, these new things going on. So it's like there's no being a gamer, and especially being one that loves nostalgic games. It sucks that there's only 24 hours a day, which 4 to 8 of those you sleep, and another 8 you're probably working or something. Hopefully you're working.
Right. You're doing what you can. Right.
It sucks that most of that is towards something else, and then the rest in your downtime, you have so little time to be able to play either a nostalgic game or something. We're in Gen 5. Like this is PS5, Xbox Series X. Like we're about to do crazy stuff right now. Like
right. Like you see what Epic just did.
This
is Generation 8. Was it
9?
9. Wow.
Gen 9. And so it's just it sucks. There's not enough. There's just not enough time. Like I want to be able to play right now I'm playing Lost Odyssey, streaming it, but right now I'm playing Lost Odyssey. I want to be able to play True Crime. Well, not True Crime, although I love True Crime. I want to be able to play Splinter Cell because B just brought it back to the forefront of my mind. I already downloaded them. I had them on my Xbox, but I now want to play them.
Have to play it because y'all are hyping it up now.
Bravely Default is on the way.
That's on the queue.
I'm playing Fell Seal on my Switch, which is extremely hard and extremely fun, and it's an indie game, and like it's just too much. It's too much goodness going on, and it's just not enough time. It's just not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah, I'm stuck on a new game right now. I can't, and I'm not playing any other games. Like, this is terrible. I've been stuck on this game for the past 3 days, and I've gotten 3 other people to buy it.
What game?
That One Step from Eden.
The Eden game? Yeah.
It's fire. That game is right up my alley. It's got RPG elements. It's a roguelike.
Roguelike elements.
It's a puzzler. It's deck building. It's like 100 games I like all together. So I'm definitely gonna get that. But I'm going through the same thing. Like, it's not enough time in the day, you know? I'm also playing Fell Seal, but I'm playing it on Steam. Bravely Default 2 is in the queue.
Whoa.
I'm playing.
I gotta beat Octopath Traveler. Like, what? Come on.
Oh, good luck. Man. I'm playing. I just started Indivisible. I've been dying to play it. It smashes my love for turn-based RPGs and platformers.
It's like Strider mixed with a RPG. That game actually,
it's a good game.
I actually really like that game.
Yeah, I always wanted to play it, and I just never. I always was like, I don't have time. I don't have time. Basically, because of this conversation we're having right now. You go play something by yourself. So let's say you sit down, and I'm like, all right, word, I'm about to play something for myself. It's gonna be all set. Boom, 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 and then I get a call. Yo, you trying to play God? Hey, yo, you trying to play FIFA? And you trying to play? So it's like
Reese don't laugh. Reese
so
knows.
You get dragged all over the place, and you're like, and it's like you want to do that. I want to play Call of Duty with my friends. You know what I mean? I love that time, but I also want to play Call of the Sea on my stream. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to finish.
That's what I'm saying. And Reese knows. I'll be in the Discord like, yo, I'm about to play Lost Odyssey. Then he'll message like, yo, you trying to get the Doom Squad together? Yup.
There we go.
I'm trying to stay undefeated, man.
Yeah, can't say
no
to that.
On purpose. I swear he does it on purpose.
As a matter of fact, Key.
No, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm
it's crazy.
Splinter Cell.
No, I have to beat one step. I got so close yesterday.
You have to beat what?
I'm also playing Hades because that's also a roguelike. I try to get 2 runs in a day. I try hardest to get in 2 full runs. But sometimes,
they run my life right now.
Yo, there's just not. Yo, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
Roguelikes run my life.
I wish did the interview with Alex last week, and he was like, "This is true, but it's also kind of nice to change the game up. You know, it's not like you bought Killzone and you're just playing that over and over till you beat it. Then you go into. He's like, you end up playing 10, 12 games at the same time. It's like, man, it's not
too much.
I like it, but I wish I had more time to complete them. You know what I mean? I don't mind playing 3, 4, 5, 6 games at the same time. I just want more time.
Who's the person 2 levels before the final boss in Mortal Kombat?
So who's the person?
Yeah, the person. What's her name? Shaka Khan or something? Genghis Khan? The chick with 8 arms. What's her name?
It begins with an S.
Shao Kahn is the boss.
Yeah, it begins with an S. Hold on.
Shiva.
I knew it began with S.
That's what I need, the Shiva arms, so I can just play Fell Seal on my Switch, play Call of Duty with my homies, and then get on Steam and play. Oh, but I need eyes. This isn't working.
I'll get back to you on that. Yo,
I'm gonna have to go back. I gotta go back to the drawing board, figure this one out.
I need eyes.
But
I need eyes.
Yo, we got.
Oh,
yo, we gotta go.
Yo,
he needs eyes.
This is getting crazy. All right, so let's run it back.
Okay.
Key, how are we feeling about Returnal? Is that a cop?
Returnal, Returnal. I think that's a cop. That's a cop for me. I'm really enjoying. I really liked what I saw coming from that game. Returnal is looking dope to me. Monster Hunter Rise, Monster Hunter series is just not for me. And I think Epic is boss for buying a whole mall. And just like when I heard that, when I seen that story, I was like, they just bought a mall, bro. Oh, they literally woke up like, yo, bro, what's good, bro? Bro, you trying to buy a mall, bro? Bro, let's buy that mall, bro. And like,
buy a mall, bro.
In my head, that's how that whole conversation went. So
there's probably mad planning and correspondence with the city. But nah, that's the key. Hey, yo, bro, you trying to get this mall? Yeah, bro, let's get that mall.
it was just off the whim. Like, let's just buy this mall, bro. Bro, bet. Let's buy this mall, bro.
Yo, bro, you trying to buy this mall, bro?
It's a bet and a half, dude. For me, Returnal is the dope. It's right up my alley. I love the fast pace. I love the energy. I love that I'm gonna have to sweat and I'm probably gonna die 100 times. Like, I like that. I like that energy. Sign me up for that game. It's probably a cop for me. Monster Hunter Rise, again, it's not really on my radar. I like the culture. I like the game. Like, I really enjoyed World, but I don't play those games past the end game usually. So it's probably not a cop for me, but still hot, still cool. I support it. Epic Games buying Rad is probably one of the coolest things I've seen in terms of acquisition. Like, a company who does software and creates an engine to create games on it, then boom, goes and buys a company who does software for game creation is just insane to me, bro. Like, so shout out to them and for then buying a mall to put all these employees at for their global headquarters. So, man, it's dope. So, like, it's their global headquarters. So wherever you work for Epic around the world, you probably gonna be in North Carolina in a couple of years, bro. It's their global headquarters.
So
you're gonna be like, hey, yo, we going to the mall, fam. You know what I mean? It's just
Epic Land.
Epic did some cool stuff, man. So shout out to them. What about you, Reese?
Wait, kid, you getting Returnal?
Returnal? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, good looks. I'm
most likely I'm not getting it. I'm disconnecting my PS5. For those of you, I don't know if you guys know out there. I don't know if you guys know, but in case you don't, you can connect your console just like if you did it on the PS4. You can connect your console to somebody else's. So if you buy a game, whoever's connected to your console can also play that game for free or whatever. And they actually made it really simple to do this time.
Significantly easier.
Yeah, they made it a lot easier to do.
Like, you can tell it's encouraged.
And you don't even have to give your password up. You can do it straight from the app. Like, you can have them scan the app or whatever.
Scan a QR code, and they give you a one-time password.
Scan the QR code. So they made it really simple, and it's really dope. And Reese is connected to my console, and he's just straight. I'm getting juiced in the trade. He is just leeching.
Damn, I'm only using one of your titles right now. Stop.
What does it matter? I got all the titles, and what titles you got? Spelunky?
All he has
that's not my fault if you don't like what's in my library.
Title? I think he only has FIFA 21.
Yeah, that's my only PS5 title right now.
I'm getting juiced in the trade, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you low-key getting, or you high-key getting juiced in this trade.
Juiced in the trade.
Anyway, good looks on that Returnal. I'm looking forward to playing it later. I'm gonna try to convince some more y'all to get Rise, because I actually really do want to play that game.
Bro, you already know Toad Sage and Zodia.
I don't know. They're a little apprehensive about the game because it's on a portable console, this, that, and the other. Download the demo, give it a gander, and then come back to me, because I'm pretty sure we'll be playing this. But if that falls through, I'm probably not going to buy it myself, because I'm not going to play a Monster Hunter game by myself. Epic buying a mall. Y'all trying to take a road trip?
Bro,
I didn't have a reason to go to North Carolina, but if they buying a mall, then I'm trying to get some Epic mark.
It's going to be ready in 2024, allegedly, so sign me up, bro.
I'm taking a road trip to North Carolina in a few years then.
Epic Land.
It wouldn't be my first time. Before the pandemic hit, we went to Raleigh. Like, we went to North Carolina.
Yeah, I went to Raleigh. One time I didn't go with you.
For the Rainbow Six majors. Like, we went there to go see Rainbow Six. So
Epic Land.
Like, just to see, like that was Raleigh, you know what I mean? And the town center it's not like a Boston or New York, So, like, for them to buy it even in an even smaller town like Cary, dude, it's literally gonna be epic North Carolina, bro. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be epic North Carolina.
Let's go,
up.
big boy moves, BB.
Yeah, and the throwback being Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. If you guys haven't played it, play it. If you like stealth, you like action, you like a good story, because Sam Fisher's cool too.
Yo,
like we know Solid Snake's the man, but don't be treating Sam Fisher like he ain't hot.
Sam Fisher bosses up too. Like he starts off like super like. I mean, he turns out boss. Like he gets gruffy. He gets like dirty. He gets gritty. Like, he becomes a boss, bro. And like that's a really good series.
That is a good series.
And I'll play it eventually.
Play it right now. You won't.
Once I get my Xbox, I will. There you go. Pinky? Pinky?
Huh? Oh, you gonna Pinky promise me?
Yeah. Oh!
Right here, right now.
What's up?
Go ahead and finish this Pinky promise.
Oh, okay. Yes, Pinky promise.
All right. Good luck.
Wait, you said this is you playing Splinter Cell, right?
I'm gonna play the Splinter Cell series, yeah.
All right,
okay. Cool. That just happened somehow. So as the new year turned, we made an even stronger point to just do more and put more content and stuff out. So watch out for our socials. You guys will see a lot more content being pumped out. And we fixed the YouTube. So for our little subscribers on there, we are putting every episode and every game stream from Monday through Thursday on our YouTube. So you can check it out anytime.
That's it.
Boom.
And with that being said, thank you everybody for tuning in and kicking it with us. It's been great. It's been real. It's been fun. And it's been a blast as per usual. And we'll see you guys next time. This has been another episode of Trigger Talk TV.
Trigger Talk TV.
Trigger Talk TV.